Hey guys, this is Garrett Wong, also known as Ensign Harry Kim from Star Trek Voyager, and you're watching Astronomy Live.
T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Lift off.
Welcome to Astronomy Live. So we're back for night 2. We're going to attempt to track the Starlink satellites. Currently the telescope is pointed at the star Pollux in the constellation Gemini, and we're just waiting for the first satellite to hit the horizon. We have currently 14 minutes until the predicted rise time of the first satellite at 9:18 Eastern Time. That's going to be 1:18 Universal Time. I have all 60 Starlink satellites in a satellite tracking program ready to go, so I can hop from one to the other, and I can see the first batch have rise times that are within seconds of each other. The last few start to space out a bit over the course of a few minutes. Now the epoch of these elements, this is a little concerning, is over a day old. This is from Space Track. This is the official orbital elements, but they're just over a day old. Also, we are getting a few clouds. You can actually see that on the camera. And we got more clouds coming in from the east. Hopefully it doesn't interfere. We'll see. I've got a bigger lens on tonight. This is a TV zoom lens for this camera. It can go up to 102 millimeters focal length with a significant crop factor, so it acts like a much longer focal length lens. It's currently set to 70 millimeters or thereabouts. So cross our fingers and hopefully we'll have a good pass tonight. Hopefully these clouds won't completely ruin the view. But I am going to do direct tracking. I'm not just going to wait for them to try to pass through the view and hope that we see them. I'm going to be directly tracking them and hopping from one satellite to the next on down the line as we approach the maximum altitude. So we'll see how it goes here. There are gaps in these clouds, so I'm not too concerned because, yeah, they might get obscured for a moment, but as long as it comes out through a gap, I think I'll be happy. The pass tonight is also going to be a higher altitude pass over the horizon, significantly higher than last night. The peak altitude is 48 degrees, or just about 20 degrees higher than last night. So much higher, hopefully brighter, hopefully easier to see. Hey Sam. Yeah, hopefully you've got better cloud situation than I do. It's not too dreadful here, but it could be better. It's not as good as it was last night. We are going to be laser focused tonight on trying to find these Starlink satellites. I'm not going to go after that asteroid again tonight. We already got that last night. We were fully successful tracking asteroid 1999 KW4. If you guys didn't see that, go check last night's webcast where I was able to track a near-Earth asteroid 1.3 kilometers wide, or almost a mile wide, about 0.8 miles wide, flying away from Earth after a close approach to within about 13 times the distance of the Moon. Nothing but clouds here in North Carolina. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully we'll get enough clearing ourselves here in Florida to be able to see this. check my Twitter, okay? I shall check my Twitter. I don't see any notifications from Twitter, but maybe the app crashed on my phone. Oh. What you got there, Geist? Ooh, Explore Scientific. Celestron. Man, looks like you're loaded for bear. Assume that's your stuff? Looks really nice. Oh, and some nice pictures. Oh, that's a really nice cigar galaxy there. Yeah, that was actually one of the latest galaxies that I shot an image of. Ooh, nice. Very nice, man. Good color on those, too. I really need to work on my color processing. Yeah, it looks like you got some really nice kit. It looks like you were doing that with an SLR. That's impressive. Yeah, good stuff, man. Yes, those are nice new toys. How many degrees above the horizon? 48 degrees for the highest ones. They will actually get gradually lower as you go back in the trail. The stragglers end up at about 35 degrees, which is still higher than the peak altitude I was supposed to hit last night of 29 degrees, which was quite pathetic, but I wanted to get these things as quickly as I could. So we're looking here tonight at potentially 48 degrees. Now, again, these orbital elements are a little out of date. I'm hoping that they're still valid for some, but I expect that for others, they might have maneuvered enough that these elements aren't really valid anymore. We got about 8 minutes left now till the pass. Current elevation from my location is negative 21 degrees below the horizon. Yeah, it's always good, guys, when you got a tutor to help you learn the ropes. I pretty much had to brutally teach myself through trial and error over the years how to do astrophotography properly. Can be quite challenging. So I've got pretty much clear skies from Ursa Major out to Arcturus, but then south of Arcturus there's a nice big cloud. That's okay as long as we continue having a nice gap in that region, because that's where it's all headed. It's headed over from that eastern part of the sky to the west, where these satellites are actually going to be. Actually, it looks like some of them are coming out of the west, though on the monitor they're clearly sort of moving down towards the west. Sam, yours says 58 degrees from your location? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're... Geez, I hope we're not looking at a situation where we have a 10-degree change in the max altitude. But you're quite a few miles from me, so maybe 58 degrees is accurate for you. I don't know. That sounds like a pretty big discrepancy there. It could be true just based on location difference. Let me see world map. Yeah, the way they're coming up from southwest to northeast, that might actually be true. You're further north than me, so you would have a higher altitude pass. It's just a question of how much. I just hope we don't end up in a situation where these elements, being that they're a day old, are so far out of date that I can't track them accurately enough to land them in this field of view. The star to the right is actually, so you got Castor and Pollux are famously known as being the twin stars in Gemini, very close to each other, very similar in brightness. That is not Castor to the right. This is Pollux and then another star to its right, but Castor is actually outside the field of view. So this is a pretty well magnified view here. Alright, Sam, good luck. Yeah, we got 5 minutes now till the first satellite reaches horizon. And just to give you guys some idea, the last satellite to reach horizon does so at 9:30 Eastern Time, fully 12 minutes after the first object. Quite a long train, but those last stragglers are quite a few minutes behind. Some of them are grouped together and they're straggling, according to what I'm seeing here. Alright, I'll check Twitter one more time, but after that I'm going to have to focus in on what I'm doing here. We're at 12 degrees below horizon and climbing. Ooh, nice shots. Yeah, that's a nice collection already, man. You took all those? That's amazing. That's great. Black Eye Galaxy, I see. Looks like 4565 NGC. Sombrero. Leo Triplet. Man, that's already a... Shoot, man, that's already a nice collection. Alright. Clouds one more time. I can still see Arcturus, so I think we'll be okay, at least for the next few minutes. Hopefully that's long enough. We're at 10 degrees below the horizon. These mosquitoes are determined tonight. I'm going to probably wait a little bit on starting the tracking after it hits horizon. You're not going to see it at the horizon in any case. There's going to be trees and houses and stuff in the way. At the moment, Sean, I'm fixed on Pollux. Castor is actually not in the field of view. I'm so zoomed in right now with this lens that Castor's to the right outside of the field of view. So this is just Pollux in the constellation Gemini. I've got a zoom lens piggybacked on top of the main telescope. This is not through the main telescope. This is through a what would to the main telescope be a wide angle view, but still pretty zoomed in here. So hopefully we can separate out these satellites into individual dots. I just hope we have accurate enough tracking that they do land in the field of view. I can zoom out if needed. If I have to, I can step up to the telescope and adjust the lens if I have to get real creative at the last second here. Hey John Kelly, we're about to track the Starlink trail of satellites. Yeah, Carolina Sky Astronomy, there's a lot of articles starting to come out now talking about the potential ramifications, or if there are any ramifications for deep sky observing and photography caused by these satellites. I think there's some interesting points to be made there that for most people at mid to low latitudes it's not going to be that big a deal, I don't think, but we can get into that later. You will definitely, I think, see more satellites during that sweet hour of satellite observing shortly after dark or shortly before dawn, but if you're at mid to low latitudes, I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. These clouds will pass. Pretty sure. So we are just about at horizon now. Yep, it's at the horizon. I'm going to let it go for a minute here. Wait till it gets about 5 degrees up. Oh yeah, we got the whole huge list. Will we see it around Daytona Beach? Yeah, possibly. Possibly. In fact, I'd say that's very probable if you've got clear skies. It's going to be lower for you in Daytona than it is for me, I'm pretty sure. But okay, we're at 2 degrees altitude. I'm going to wait till it hits about 5 degrees altitude and then start tracking. Scope's connected. Everything should be working. Fingers crossed. Three, 4. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start tracking now. So as you can see, we're still low on the horizon, looking at the palm trees and such. That is expected. Yeah, I see what you're getting at about launch windows and stuff there, Sean. That's an interesting conundrum, isn't it? They're going to have to be careful about that. And it might make for some more instantaneous launch windows that would have normally been an hour long, you know. Who knows? Thanks. Yeah, good palm trees. We're only 10 degrees above horizon here, so just be patient. We'll get there. There's more clouds in the southwest than in the due west to northwest direction, so I don't know how quickly we'll see them, if we see them. Not really seeing much just yet. Another pine tree. We're at 15 degrees above horizon. Oh, I see. I think I saw a couple between branches there. Yep, there's something hiding behind the branches of this tree right now. Just between the gaps, occasionally I see something popping out, I think. I may do the whole pointer thing with my logo here again. Alright, now we're in the clouds. Of course, there's a conveniently placed cloud, right? Come on out of that cloud. Get out of that cloud. Get yourself on out of there. Come on, clouds. Oh, there we go. There's 2 of them. 3, 4. There's 4 of them. All right. So I can adjust along, oops, just a long time. There we go. There's a trail of Starlink satellites. How about that? There's, I think, the Beehive cluster they just flew by. That was cool. Alright, I'm going to back it up. There's a couple others. Looks like one is flaring up a little bit in brightness. Let's stick with that guy for a minute. Ooh, look at that. How cool. And it goes into a cloud. This is the way to do it, though. Direct tracking. Much better. Let's go back in time a little. There's another one back there. I'm just searching, literally just searching by reversing direction in time. And there's a couple others. And let's go back 19 seconds in time. There's a couple more. I'm going to move them up in the view here, put some clicks on that, move them up. Let's go back another 10 seconds, see what we find. Yep, there's some more. They're just all over the place. I'm not even switching which one I'm tracking, I'm just moving along the trajectory of it. Let's go back another 10 seconds. There's a couple more. Let's go back another 10 seconds. There's another one. Let's go back 40 seconds here. See if we find anything up here. I might be asking too much. It's asking too much, I guess. Alright, stop tracking that one. Let's see, let's get some that are rising. Okay, let's see. Come on. Let me go further down the view plan here. Select southwest, ascending. Okay, we're gonna go for way back in the constellation of 60 satellites here. Grab one that's still coming up over the horizon. Yeah, it's still coming up over the pine trees and the clouds and stuff. So we're gonna do this again, basically, and catch some of the later ones in this constellation of satellites. Yeah, this is a lot of satellites. I mean, I was just not even really switching which orbit I was tracking. I was just moving along that orbit and saying, okay, let's go back a few more seconds. I did that, you know, all the way out to a minute of the orbit, saying, okay, if this thing had risen a minute later, where would we be tracking? Track that spot. That's basically what I told the program, the computer, to do. And sure enough, there were more of them hiding back there. Not really hiding, but that's where they were. Okay, we got another one there, I think. See if I can move it down. Yeah, I can. That's it. There's one there. He's a bit of a straggler. See him moving down to the right in the view? Center him up a little better. Yeah, that's a Starlink satellite right there. Okay, let's see what else we got in the west. There's another one. Oops, let's go the other way. Oh, not that far. There was one that went off to the right there, I saw. Oh, we got a cloud. Nice big cloud. It's alright. I'm happy. We got some nice satellites there. Some nice video of the Starlink trail. Yeah, M42 has become a satellite highway tonight. Or I guess it is most nights, right? Yeah. But, yeah, there's just clouds off in that direction. Okay, stop tracking that way. Let's get some more that are coming up. Okay, there's another cluster down here in the southwest, I see. That's just hanging out by itself. I'm not going to go for that one. It's kind of hanging out by itself. There's a few more stragglers coming up now. I think this is the last group, so we've got one more group here, and then we'll call it a night. So this is the last group of them coming up, stragglers. These are still Starlink satellites. I didn't save the Falcon 9 stage orbits. There's orbits available for the I guess the second stage of the Falcon 9, and there was just stuff labeled debris. Actually, I don't know if it was the second stage for sure. It could have been some other parts of the rocket, but I didn't save those orbits. So the only thing I'm tracking tonight are just the 60 Starlink satellites. And just a helpful tip while it's rising up here over the palm trees: if you want to search for satellites from a particular launch, if you go to space-track.org and you get an account there, you can search for orbital data by launch date, which was very helpful here. That's how I was able to immediately get all 60 satellites. I said, okay, just show me satellites launched on the day that the Starlink satellites were launched, and there it was. So, like I said, this will be the last Starlinks that we track tonight. So these are going to be a little lower than the other ones were, only about 35 degrees, I think, at peak. Still better than last night, but we'll see how it goes here. I think this was definitely the way to go, though. With a longer lens, yeah, you can't get all of them in the view at once, but you get better sensitivity and the ability to really separate out individual satellites quite well. I think that worked quite well. This lens I actually picked up at a garage sale for 20 bucks. Ooh, check that out. Ooh, you see that? Something went down there. I think that was another satellite unrelated to these guys. So there's a couple of Starlinks here. Let me see if I can move them. There should be a couple Starlinks here. Where are you? Maybe it's already moved off into a different orbit. That'd be interesting. Cloud, go away. Yeah, these clouds are starting to become problematic. Like, extremely problematic now. Oh, out of the trees and into the clouds, huh? Yeah, I think it's just going to hang out in this cloud for the rest of the time, unfortunately. Oh well, that's alright. We got the first group, the big group of the front leading satellites there. So that's pretty cool stuff. I'm glad we got that. Oh, good. I see Heat Shield posted the link there to spacetrack.org. So there you can get official orbital data for publicly available satellites like Starlink. Yeah, we're going to be going into the trees here, I think. Oh, almost out of the clouds. But not quite. Okay, I'm going to stop tracking here and just see, is there anything else? No, that's a tree. Yeah, they're going down. Alright, that's it for tonight. That's all the Starlinks that we can track. Some of those last ones obscured by clouds, of course, but hey, we got the front ones. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be doing it again tomorrow. We'll see. I probably won't have time. But I'm glad I was able to get some good video of them. Sorry we weren't able to get such good video of them last night, but that's okay. Tonight's pass was actually better anyway. So that worked out quite well, although the weather, as you can see, it's deteriorating. And I kind of suspect the weather trend for tomorrow is going to be like this, but worse. So it wouldn't really matter anyway. But all good. We got what we came for sure. So feel free to play this back. This should be saved as a replay automatically, so you can go back and rewatch the video where we had the Starlinks. And like I said, I think I saw the beehive cluster there in the background. I'll have to solve that maybe astrometrically later to confirm, but I'm pretty sure that was the beehive cluster that they flew by. That was pretty cool. Alright, thanks guys for watching, and clear skies, folks. See you later.